All right, guys, it's your boy Paris here from On the Rocks, the Top 10 Countdown on My Rock 96.5. I've got Nova from Nova Riot, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her latest single, Addicted, which is available everywhere on all streaming platforms. And recently just released a music video. How's it going, Nova?
What up, what up? So, I'm super excited about this song. We have been wanting to put it out for a long time now. You know, Nova Riot just launched in February, but it's been behind the scenes in the working for a couple years. And yeah, the song Addicted, it's about, how love can be addicting. And I personally feel like I am addicting. So, if you were to fall in love with a crazy little clown girl like me, you'd probably be addicted.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the writing process of a song like Addicted.
So the way we write things is probably a little different than I have heard about other bands doing in the past. I don't know of only other project I worked with was with the same guy, so he brings a guitar melody to me, and I come up with the lyrics. Or normally I'll just come up with like a melody first, and then I'll go home and write lyrics. But this one was actually a little bit different. I had actually wrote the lyrics to this when I was a teenager, and it originally was kind of like a pop thing. And I just threw these lyrics over this badass riff that he had, and honestly, it's my favorite one so far. So.
The song also features a pretty well-known drummer, or at least a drummer that plays for a extremely well-known, established heavy metal band. Of course, I'm talking about Matt Thompson. For those of y'all that are not familiar with him, he's the drummer for King Diamond.
Hell yes.
And another band out of the Dallas area called Shaolin Death Squad. So what do you think brings somebody of that kind of stature to the table? Do you think that Nova Riot just kind of has that je ne sais quoi, that little bit, that swagger that...
we're fresh.
Yeah, pretty fresh. And so obviously, the song has been on the radio. Now just played it on my show on My Rock 96.5. And it's been on the radio in Australia, and other radio stations, Dallas and as well and beyond. So what is the end goal for a band like Nova Riot?
Well, the end goal is really to just create art that myself and my songwriting partner is proud of, and to create a vision and create a community for, people to feel like they're part of something and to relate to my audience and make people feel seen or heard, or like someone else feels the same way that they do. And, I feel very lucky to come out of the gate and immediately be getting some radio play, and just to be able to do the things that I love is so meaningful to me. All we have that we are for sure promised is here in the now. And I think as long as I wake up every day and I am creating a vision that I want to see all the way to the end, and I'm working hard at that, regardless of where it takes me, I'm going to feel successful. And I just want to hope that I can inspire other people to do the same. And speaking of Matt Thompson, by the way, he's a badass, and it is a great pleasure to have worked with him.
Wow, so philosophical from our little... What are you today?
I'm like a menace to society.
A menace to society. You play a character, so from what we've seen in, kind of over the short history of Nova Riot, is that each song kind of has a theme maybe, or a look behind it, and you kind of develop a character or a design based off of, I guess, whatever, you conceptualize for the song or the video. But tell us a little bit about your look today.
So my look today is taking me back to my roots of being a little scene kid, and I, always wore little cat ears and cat faces. If you were a scene kid, you definitely remember the era. And then I've always been obsessed with clowns. I do consider myself to be a juggalo, so the makeup is very heavily rooted in growing up, going to a lot of ICP clown shows. And it's just taken bits and pieces of everything of who I am. Like, I've always felt very girly and masculine at the same time. I like the punk rock mindset. I've got a vision and a story that is very anti the opposer, whatever side you want to think that to be. But, to just be yourself unapologetically and not conform to any social norms. So I've brought a bunch of different pieces of who I am. I'm pink and I'm girly, but I'm also weird and dark. And, it's just taking everything of a little bit of who I am and creating this explosion of what the hell is that?
Interesting. All right, so fill us in on. So you just released "Addicted." That's your latest single. Then you dropped a music video. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the music video, we basically are these demented clowns working at this candy shop, and the FBI is looking for us. So they come in, and Nova's a badass, so she has to blow some stuff in his face, knock him out. We got to, lock him down and torture the man on top. And, essentially we do some funny skits. Everything's supposed to be lighthearted. To be a clown is to, make people laugh, to make people smile. So we always kind of want to throw something in there that can also make you laugh, also be artsy and pleasing to the eye, but weird and not what you're going to see in your everyday group.
Yeah, the video is pretty entertaining, so go check that out. You can see that on Facebook.
Check it out.
YouTube, Vivo, Vivo for YouTube, Apple, pretty much everywhere that you can stream a music video, you can stream
that shit.
Addicted,
Stream that
or
shit.
I believe pretty much any other music video. You guys got just released a single barely 8 weeks before you released Addicted, so y'all have got that single, Looked in the Mirror. That's music videos out there as well as the single, and of course the song that started it off, which is Breaking Free. And so all very interesting and seem to be horror related themed music videos. So I guess we can maybe look forward to next single when.
Oh, when we hit 3,000 followers on Facebook.
So you heard that, folks. Find them on Facebook, Nova Riot. I think that's just it, right? No special, like Nova dot. It's not Nova dot.
Nope,
right?
just Nova Riot.
Nova Riot on Facebook, and you'll be able to recognize, of course, Nova here in the pictures, I believe, on the Facebook.
You can't miss me.
Also, to follow on TikTok and Instagram. Y'all are growing followers across the board on all social media, so be sure to check us out wherever, or check Nova Riot out wherever you stream or hang out on social media. So
check us out. Check
else
us out.
Do you have any parting wisdom or any words that you would like to share with the audience before we say adios?
Just be yourself and remember to live life every day not so seriously and to smile and laugh.
All right, there you go, guys. That's words of wisdom from Nova of Nova Riot. I'm
Words
your boy,
of wisdom.
Paris Pipkin, And this is a video version of On the Rocks. And of course, we may start doing a weekly series. Who knows? Deuces, I'm out.